97.9 The Box is the Mad Hatter Morning Show. Good morning. Welcome to the show. We got two guests with us doing some incredible things. I'm hoping and thinking from the city of H-Town.
Well, I definitely from Houston.
But not Mary?
I am from Slidell, Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Louisiana.
The boot.
That's our neighbor. It's all right.
Do you know somebody else that lives there or something?
It's like 30 minutes from New Orleans.
Exactly.
You have other family there?
Pearland.
Okay.
Exactly.
I don't hear an accent.
Well,
true.
yeah.
That's
I mean, I don't know. Well, my mom didn't allow the accents. You know.
She didn't allow it?
Yeah.
No.
Wait a minute. It's an option to have an accent?
I think there is. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I have an accent, but it's like
her
a
mom's
hybrid.
back there. Her mama said, I don't got an accent. Okay.
No,
So she
don't.
beat the accent out of you?
They definitely beat.
John, how does this work?
Listen, we don't want to talk about whooping stories. She likes telling the whooping stories. I don't know why, but
She was
yeah.
she whooped you?
We definitely got some. We got some whoopings.
Are you
not
okay?
spankings.
Do you feel like
whoopings.
you came out as an okay human being? Because I've been seeing it a lot in the news. We did a big story on this a couple of days ago. So I'm just, since you brought it up, I'm just curious.
We're new school. We don't whoop our kids.
So you don't?
Yeah.
And y'all have what, 2 kids?
Yeah, we have two.
two
yeah.
babies.
Let's go
But
back.
they're babies.
I know we just started right in the middle of everything.
It's like, what's your
So
name?
now
Did
you get beaten? What other scandals can we get into?
Your name Mary, you get beat.
Okay, so formally introduce yourselves to our folks out there.
I'm Jon Pierre from Houston, Texas.
And I'm Mary from Slidell, Louisiana.
John, did you go to TSU?
I did. I went to U of H.
U of H.
U of
Okay,
H,
because
yeah.
I hear a lot of people walking around here lying, talking about how they knew you. There's several people on the staff. Because you know when you get on TV, let me just be honest. Once you get on TV, everybody
I know
knew
him.
you. I swear to goodness, J Mac said that you went to school with him, and J Mac went to TSU, not U of H.
I went
but-
to TSU for 2 years. Yeah, I ain't
But he ain't say
graduated.
he knew you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so I mean,
okay.
but I was at TSU a lot. So I mean, you know,
Okay, maybe not the right story in front of the wife. Okay, so anyway,
Oh my goodness.
let's talk about this TV show.
He went to U
talk
of
about
H.
that. Let's
He
talk
was
about
on. He
that.
was on. Yeah. What was he doing on the yard, John? Tell it.
That's where I found out on TSU
Okay.
campus. You notice she didn't finish.
Right.
No. So, okay, so let's find out some background. Let's find out, how do you, two incredible people, not only do you end up together, but you end up with a show on HGTV.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's social media, right? So when we started the whole renovation flip business, it's really hectic. You know, like it's a lot of stress. You're putting a lot of your money into something. You don't
This is
really-
something you always did, John?
Oh, well, I'm a realtor. You know,
Okay,
I was in the
gotcha.
oil industry for a long time, and then got out of that. Mary used to be a flight attendant, and so I started being a realtor first, and then we were watching HGTV ourselves. Like, hey, man, we can do that. This is like fun. We can do this.
Yeah.
So we jumped into it, and it's very stressful. It's very hectic, just because you're putting all your money up. You don't necessarily know what you're doing. So we had a lot of guidance and stuff like that. But as a way to kind of relieve stress and just have fun with it, we started posting videos on social media.
Yeah, it
And
started
so-
with like a little argument where we were like, to paint the brick or not to paint the brick.
Right, yeah.
And so we couldn't figure out what to do. So we post on social media like, hey guys, like, would you paint the brick of this fireplace? Like,
Right.
as a potential home buyer, would you want the option to paint the brick, or would you want it already painted? So we received several comments, and literally people were like, don't paint the brick, because I wish that when I moved into my house, that I had the option
Right.
To paint the
to
brick.
paint the brick.
Oh,
I mean, and then we moved into our house. The whole house was yellow, but it was like dirty, dingy yellow. And we were like, who told them to paint
Well, they
the
thought
brick
dirty
that
dingy-
color?
Yellow was hot at the time. It was
Well, our
all the
kitchen is
rage.
still yellow, but like every room in our house is a different color, so nobody should do what I
What?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I love color, but we end up painting our brick white. But we would have loved to have the option to either not paint the brick or to paint the brick. So that's what happened.
So let me stop you there. So do you know that what you're doing on social media is going to take off and become its
No.
own thing?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Not at all. I mean,
So it starts
yeah.
off innocently. A
all
couple
innocent,
doing something
yeah.
we think is cool. We're going to post, hey, should we do this? And how does it take legs to go into something else?
I mean, it's funny because we didn't know what the hashtags meant. Like, we just thought people would say hashtag life, hashtag, whatever. I mean, of course, they're making up the hashtags, but we didn't understand that it's more of a networking tool that when you actually click on those hashtags, like Flip
takes you
Couple
somewhere.
or
Right.
Flip Houston, that it shows like, okay, Houston investors, all the flip couples. And so somebody somewhere, in Knoxville in this case, push that, hashtag flip couple or Houston flip. And we were just one of those people that were on there, and that's what happened.
So what do you think?
It was a hashtag.
A hashtag got you on TV.
You better pick your right hashtag.
Hashtag to HGTV.
I guess I haven't picked the right one yet.
You good. But you're more than good.
No, I'm not. But that's another story. It's not my time. It's your time. So what is it about you two that you think whoever clicked on the hashtag, they see and go, oh, my God, got to get them on television? What is it?
We still trying to figure out.
No, it has to be something. Be honest. This is your time to be as egotistical as you need to be.
But that's
because so far it sounds so simple. I create a hashtag, people follow it, they click on it, bam, we got a TV show.
Yeah, no,
There's
that's not the deal.
It definitely goes into that,
I think
right?
it's a lot. One of the things that's been cool about the whole process is that we've always been able to just be who we are.
Right.
And so I don't really know that there's anything unique outside of I am Jon and she is Mary, and we kind of.
Well, there's something unique. You can tell in the chemistry of the two people talking right now. Chemistry is everything, and people pick up on chemistry. So that's what I'm trying to find. Did she pick up on your chemistry? Because sometimes chemistry is, you can tell these two people, they don't get along. It's fake, it's not real. But I can tell right now, not only are y'all together, you're really friends. You can just tell by your vibe. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in this room can pick up on it.
Oh, I appreciate that. There's definitely, we made sure that even looking at the house, just to use that kind of analogy, that like our foundation is strong between us before we go into anything else.
I can tell by the way you just looked at him when you said that last remark.
Yeah, it's us. It's us.
It really is. And so I just think that that's kind of what
I said that so you can return the look to her.
Give it to me, get I'm dead. Are my eyelashes on?
No, I think really it's just just us being able to be us. You know, I think one thing that does come across is that what you see on camera is really us.
What you get.
It's not, we're not doing anything extra throughout this whole process, whether it was our first interview with a production company or when we were in the process with HGTV trying to get a show and going through that. It was always just us being us. So it wasn't hard for us to give energy or, you know, react to something that's happening in a house because that's what we normally do,
right,
you know?
Right.
And so I think you probably get genuineness is probably the main thing that you get when you come across.
Any fear? Because now I'm gonna be all up in your business watching this show.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm watching your every move. And you see a lot of these folks that end up on these shows. They're in the tabloids. I seen the two guys that build a house. I don't know what they were talking about with the two brothers, but I saw them on the front of the magazine. You saw them. Like two people that got these shows. I seen them on tabloids right on the front page.
No.
So you know this when you do these kind of shows, you open up you open up your life to people. And not only do we want to now know about your house, we want to know everything. We want to know about your mama and everything. So your mama whipped you, huh?
Yeah.
What else did she do?
I heard that girl on HGTV got beat.
Right. Does your mama cook? You know, where's she from? You know, people start to analyze your life.
Yeah.
There was no fear when you did this show. Like, okay, people, because you know we're people. We get in people's business.
Right.
And so now you're opening up the door to say, hey, come on in and be a part of my life.
Yeah, that's a good point. We definitely talked about all those things. I mean, we talk a lot, and mainly me, because I talk a lot. But, you know, I don't know if it's fear as it was mainly just being aware. Yeah. And that's something that even as a flight attendant, they taught us is being situationally aware. And I don't know if you can really prepare yourself fully for it, but it's important, like, you know, I tell him, like, we live in a little cul-de-sac and we have, like, our little community. I think it's just important to stay grounded there first.
Well, it's not you. Usually it's the people around you.
Right. Yeah.
So your community that you live in, they'll change because now, you know what happens to your house? That's the house where they live. Right. And then their friends that come over there, your house becomes the tourist spot. When their friends come over to see them, it's not really to see them, it's to see where you live at. Oh, that's their house? Okay. You think they're going to come outside today? You know,
I hope they cut my grass when they stand in front of me. Like, I mean, help me out. Can you pull them weeds or what?
At least cut the grass.
Because the weeds, I don't know, we always have weeds growing in our front yard.
But that would be a fear for me to be on TV knowing that you open yourself up to, you know, examination, to comments. And some of them not so good. There'll be somebody that's going to say something not very nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's
let's just put it all out there. I have a chipped tooth. Like, let's just accept it, right? I haven't done like white strips or anything. That's one thing that I was like, I want to do white strips.
So I think that like part of it is just you have to know who you are, right? And so you have to kind of be confident and be true to yourself, because in the end you can't really, although we love all the love that we're getting, it's like an amazing feeling to be able to walk into here and be able to sit down with y'all,
which is a dream come true.
15,
By the
20
way.
years.
Like,
you already have a TV show.
But it's for real.
You don't have to say this. You already have your TV show.
I remember coming on I-10, sorry honey, and just turn it on from Q93 to 97.9, and then when I always dreamed about doing a roll call, and I was like, I'm gonna call. No, I'm not gonna call. And I was like, I mean, this is for real. This is like
maybe you should do a roll call right now.
I actually, so y'all know,
oh Lord.
I flow a little bit, only when there's champagne
J-Mac.
involved. However, let me tell y'all something.
Roll call.
Step. Let me just tell y'all what happened to me in the shower.
Always got something in her bag. I know you got. I know you got some champagne or something in there. Come on,
me.
You always got something to drink in one of your bags.
Last night in the shower, because I met Deborah Duncan this week, and I was super inspired by her. Which I don't know if you guys ever met her. She's
cool.
Super bundle of energy.
Yeah.
And before she walked out, she's like, "Ooh, I just want to share something with y'all." She busts out her phone and she wrote like lyrics to her own song, and she's like, "I want to try it out on everybody." So she just started singing. I was just like, "Yes."
What?
So in the shower last night, I started flowing. I swear, it just came out of me. It was like the water. I was like, it's flowing out of me. I hop out the shower and I type it up on my phone, and I got it for y'all.
Okay.
I got a flow for y'all. I do. Po John. Oh my God. I love embarrassing him.
I just want y'all to know, she said her flow is like the water. It's more like sand or like mud. It's not going to be good.
Oh my. But she might get a record deal out of this,
She might get a record deal out of this. So let's see what you got.
Come on, you got the TV show.
Let's see what you got.
Do it.
Dude, I need a beat though. I need some Wayne. I need a beat though. Oh, okay. Here we go. I told John I was gonna flow. Now bless his heart, he wanna hide down a hole. But I say, hey man, we living our dreams. Hey, look, mom, we on TV. So come on, John, loosen up a bit. We gotta show him how H-Town represent. When that who that girl meet the H-Town guy, we already know they gonna be so fly. So as we say in the NO, it's going down for show. Now go check us out on Going for Soul. Boom!
Which actually is she might get a deal, bro.
She might get a deal.
Right now we ain't turning down nothing but collars, bro. That's where we at right now, okay? We ain't turning down nothing but collars, all right?
Okay, did I embarrass you?
No, that was great. It was amazing.
Okay, real quick, because we talked about everything, but yes, you guys have a show. It debuts this week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the show, the name of the show, so they can clearly understand, so we can make sure that they're checking it out.
Going for Soul, which, I mean, it took a couple titles to get there, but in the end, it really felt like it worked because we both feel like we're going all in.
Yeah.
We're
It's
going
SOLD.
Going for
Sold,
soul.
sold.
Yeah, it's going for soul.
It'll be on HGTV this Thursday, 10 p.m. Central, so please check it out. And it should be airing for the next 6 or 7 Thursdays. Our episode should be about 7 episodes.
7 episodes.
And the show, you guys will be doing what exactly in there?
So we'll just be turning houses all around Houston, from something that is kind of beat up, out of shape, and then making it something really, really nice and beautiful, hopefully functional. And Mary does a great job of putting color and design in these houses that I can't even see, I couldn't even imagine. So she does a great job, and we take these houses and we just make them, a home for somebody who's willing to buy it.
I need you to come to my house. Look, my house is just empty. I'm not good at decorating and stuff like that, and what should go there. It's always, and I notice, and women are the best at this. It's the small things. It's not the
it's
big
all about
stuff.
the details.
It'll be like these little accents. Like, I would have never thought about that. That's wonderful. I would have never. Oh, you put it right there. You know what I'm saying?
That is my
so
life,
sometimes you need that person that has. To me, it takes a special talent to have those kind of eyes.
Yes.
So you're lucky that you got somebody that has those kind of eyes.
And what's crazy is, just like any relationship, you always have to figure out what your role is going to be, right? And so when it comes to the whole renovating of houses, we all have great ideas, we think, and then you see them on paper and they look terrible. And so as time went on, we just kind of realized that she's just so much better. She will come to me with ideas and be like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, man, I have no idea, because I don't even know what you see. But then she puts it out there and it turns out to be just fantastic. So it's been a great road, and it's cool to learn and work together and try to figure out how to make something old and new into something new.
And it's cool because we're all over Houston. You guys get to see Third Ward. You guys get to see
Southwest
Side,
North Houston.
And it all takes place in Houston.
All
yes.
of it, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they say, and for those that have not followed you, they don't follow you on social media, What's the social media tag so they can?
I'm married TJP because our last name, on Instagram because our last name is Tjon-Joe-Pin. So I know it's a lot. So we just break it down to TJP. So on Instagram it's married TJP and on Facebook is married Tjon-Joe-Pin. So good.
Yeah.
You have to find me.
Give them the information about the show too, just to be on the safe side.
Yep. So it's going to be Going for Sold premieres this Thursday at 10 p.m. on HGTV. Please check it out. It'll be every Thursday at 10 p.m. starting tomorrow.
Thank y'all so much and good luck too.
Thank you.
My man, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Watch that rap thing going on.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Thank you.